Spanish force aerobatic team Patrulla Aguila is based at San Javier Airport. Aguila ensures the safety and high priority. Now with us, Patrulla Aguila, Spanish aerobatic team. And some applause for Patrulla Aguila. During the first part, the team displayed the high level of precision and training necessary to fly 6 aircraft in cloud formation while performing various maneuvers. Leading the formation, Aguila 1 is flown by Major Abad, serving in his second season. Major Abad is highly experienced pilot with over 2,600 flying hours, having flown with the Patrulla Aguila in previous season as Aguila 3. Once again, Patrulla Aguila is flying in pocket formation. We will ready use cameras for a flyby. A strong applause for Patrulla Aguila, Spanish aerobatic team. Once again, from right to left, Patrulla Aguila is flying in middle formation. A strong applause for Patrulla Aguila. Flying Aguila 5 pilot with 1,705 flight hours. Will cruise Casa 101 in chopper formation. Get your cameras ready. A strong applause for Patrulla Aguila in chopper formation. Maneuvers is our course crew while flying from the south center to aircraft chain against now flying the course crew Aguila 6 and 7. Remember Aguila 6, Major Martin, Aguila 7, Capitan Delgado, flying our course crew. Fantastic this maneuver. A strong applause for Patrulla Aguila. A spectacular maneuver. Remember, Aguila 6 and 7 flying around our foot planes. Remember our plane C101, Spanish plane.
La rotura de los tiempos. Águila, rotura. ¿Ya? Ya.
Fantastic brave! Woo! Aguila 7, Capitan Delgado, get your camera ready in 3, 2, 1, go! Fantastic! Now hosted by right to left. Get your camera ready in 3, 2, 1, go! Fantastic maneuver is our switch mirror. To coordinate the roadways so as to appear to be back one aircraft and his lateral retraction. It's a spectacular maneuver by an inverted position. Aguila 4 and Aguila 2 is making a tunnel. Fantastic this maneuver. Fantastic break. And strong applause for our second part. A strong applause for our solo. Remember, Captain Marine. And Captain Delgado. And once again, from left to right, it's the turn of our solo, Captain Marine, with so fantastic play! With respect to the other, alternative running around each other again and again. A strong applause for the flip-flop maneuver of our Skytanker. Remember, Patrulla Aguila of the corner rows with the gear down. So difficult this maneuver. Gear extended. Aircraft maneuverability is reduced due to the high drag configuration, complicating the changing to echelon formation for a sequential break. During this maneuver, pilot coordination is extremely important to maintain symmetry between each aircraft. After this, they will follow the team leader in flying while he flies barrel rolls. Remember, Aguila 1 flying. Fantastic seats, opposite pass, and a strong applause for Patrulla Aguila. Get your cameras ready. Aguila 4, Aguila 5. Perfection of 2. And after this flyby, Patrulla Aguila finished This concludes the Patrulla Aguila display on behalf of the team's commander Major Martin and the rest of us.
But virtually all across. Now, Planes TV are here once again, broadcasting a flying display at RIAD 2023. You can watch it back later on their streaming service at watch.planestv.com, where when you subscribe, you also get access to their back catalogue of air tattoos and other air show coverage, which dates back more than 30 years. So head
No, they won't. They'll move back out.
Right, I should think. RAF and Royal Navy Joint Force Carrier service days came to an end. but they submitted their official letter of application to become a member of NATO in May 2022. Membership was ratified by all members, seeing Finland become the 31st member of the alliance on the 4th of April this year. And there's been increasing cooperation with NATO during that process. And for example, Finnish Hornets took part in exercise Cobra Warrior for the first time this March when they operated out of RAF Waddington in Lincolnshire. Now in at the slow from the right. Roughly how slow did you think here? Roughly about 100, rolls to the left into the 9 gauge pass. The Ajax fighter program selected the F-35A. Repositioned before landing with entry with the Finnish Air Force Fa-18C Hornet. Well, mentioned a little while ago, we've already had a change to the programme in case you missed it. Being lined up to now one of the best slow rolls you are likely to see at Royal International Air Tattoo. This slow roll will take roughly 2 miles to complete. One of the slowest manoeuvres I've ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. The most uncomfortable part of this display for the pilot there. Roughly minus 2.5 G outward turn, but beautifully flown, very smooth and very progressive all the way through. Good example there of really good use of the smoke winders on the aircraft, mounted slightly inboard from the wingtips. You can see the interference as the air around the fuselage moves the smoke out, and then the mixing of the high pressure below the wing and low pressure above the wing of the wingtip vortices, about 40-50 yards. Operator of the SK-60 in the Swedish Air Force is the Flugmuseum Flying School Station at Malmö in Linköping. It's part of the Flugstridsskolan, the Air Combat School, which takes new pilots from a year-long basic training syllabus with its first squadron through their studies at the Air Force Academy in Stockholm, the second division of the school for their basic tactical training prior to frontline assignment. By base flights for liaison with the addition of those 2 extra seats, Air Force in the park. At the RAF. Followed by EAV-8B. flown by Captain Bert from Fursan, full flight to the moon. He comes from Mr. refuelling role, which gives you an idea of its extreme versatility, and it is designed from the outset for all of that. Derry turn there, in fact not just in this display but a lot of displays that you will see as demonstration pilot John Derry developed this new type of aerobatic manoeuvre which became known as the Derry turn. It sets the reverse look back during the steep turn, with the aircraft top will be inverted rather than the upright asleep. Really good demonstration here of the Rafale surging performance here on the 45-degree line. Aircraft being flown deliberately into winds now. It's got about 30 knots on the nose at that height. So he's doing about 70 knots over the ground, which is incredibly slow. It's actually about motorway legal speed. The Australian F111, fantastic. Last year, while the Slovak Air Force awaits its new F-16s to replace MiG-29s, holding retrospective for the Czechs alongside the Polish Air Force, and at the same time as that and QRA in the Czech Republic, they were undertaking Baltic air policing over Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. QRA, 5 posts.
Just 5 years after the group, fired from Italian flight test and passed for the European Space Agency in 2018. It reached the milestone of 500,000 flight hours. Now, Rafael brings to our attention a negative motion in the surface of the flight. machine moves away in time and space once for all. And now you will get another circle thrown in the return to the plane. This time it seems to be thrown using a compass. The circumference is in the drawer's group. One of the small compass out of our compass. Upside down view of the world. There's no fast or slow overflight. Despite its nature as a war machine, the aircraft can move with flawless situations, surprising stability. Airfield. Transports in this slow and solid march contribute to the courage, discipline, reaction on the fire, flight with support. Capabilities that make the crucial element in air racing outside the left. First, another classic aerobatic figure out to the left. And over to the same face, a powerful turn. At maximum load factor allowed by human feasibility. 90.
Were we able to enjoy that this weekend?
Oh, well, down the airfield. Deployed out of on your right. But the master's first flight was on July 15, 2004 in Varese, Merigon. Today serves the air forces of Italy, Singapore, Florida, Qatar, Greece, and Israel.
From the Italian flight test center, the RAF Fairford, talking us through.
Hello.
With the rotors tilted forwards, effectively acting as propellers. Our power of Rolls-Royce Allison A1107C turboshaft. H90 that we'll see later on, from the 30 metres, the enormous 30 metres of the Sherman. But to offset that, the RPM is significantly higher than the other motorists. When the terrain gets restricted, the crews can tilt the rotors upwards to slow the aircraft like a bird and allow them to move over the terrain. Aircraft performance also gives them more of an option than a helicopter to fly above ground threats. Here's that transition role that keeps the US Navy's carriers supplied while at sea. Customers so far, that's the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force deliveries.
radar-guided air-to-air missiles. These upgrades were incorporated by numerous states and countries from 1997 onwards.
Yes, and they really transformed what are old F-16 aircraft. I mean, we're talking 40 years old here.
First time I flew against an F-16, it had a pulse radar with sidewinder gulfs only and a gun. This is a very different beast in front of us. binocular eye for pulling up with an idle barrel roll to reduce the speed. A level attitude descending onto the open reaches is key altitude, pulling max airway and then flying down the runway from your right in the velocity minimum, the B-men slow speed high airway path. Angle of attack coming on. See how features the lowest radar signature in its class thanks to the helicopter's diamond-shaped all-composite airframe. Next time the aircraft comes past, you'll see that distinct cheek line, which in effect reflects away any radar pulses that are sent to it, reducing its cross-section. One of the important functions of the German Army NH-90s is to perform missions in support of civil society at home. To that end, in November 2021, there were serious floods in the German states of North Rhine-Westphalia and Rhine-Palatinate. Airfield NH-90s were in action on flood relief efforts. There are two operational army units flying them. Transport Hubschrauber Regiment Transport Helicopter Regiment 10 at Bastard provides this one. And when it flies past, you might see that on the fuselage side tanks it says Haida, the German flyers. This is a reference to the fact that the base of Bastard is located in aircraft is also a fly-by-wire system, for segregated analog and digital channels, which greatly increase survivability if the NH-90 is engaged by small arms fire. All systems and subsystems are redundant, segregated, while armor plating is provided for both crew and troops.
quick stop. Aircraft accelerated from 70 knots to 0. Back into 360 rear and top. Positioning beautifully at ground centre with a customary end to most rotary shows, which is the bow to the ground at the top. And I'm sure as it goes past, you'll see the crewman in the door waving at you. Do show your appreciation to Captain Tim Axman and his crew from the German Army with the coming into crowd centre to give that customary rotary wing bow shortly. Been doing it 3 times. There's the first, nice. Now those to the easterly end. AH129D model is the latest. It's an upgrade to the operational fleet that began in 2014. And it incorporated the Israeli-made spiked yard missile, which is controlled by the observation targeting spiked weapon system. All of that can fire at named turret.
I have my punch.
2 crew members, of course. The gunner, who also acts as the co-pilot, is in the front. They do the navigation, they control the communications, and they manage the weapon system. The pilot sits in the rear cockpit, and they assist in the use of the weapon system as well as flying the helicopter.
It's a bit of an house, Callum, you know that, don't you?
No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah, Dad hasn't seen her,
mom has dryer hands.
Figure of 8 flown there, speed reducing from 110 down to 70 knots. The next, which is the tactical landing hovering down.
I don't know if you guys are going to run for cover, I don't know if you can be in a while. Just say the kids to come back. No, well, I've been queued up. See that one?
Why don't you stand up?
500 feet. Line, fly down to take off. View of the stub wings on either side of the fuselage there. On them, the amount of the Spike ER wire guided anti-tank missiles, also podded rockets and machine guns. They have some aerodynamic utility as well. They are mini airfoils which produce about 5 to 10% of the oil uplift the aircraft once in full flight.
I know, well, I have my hands up, my poncho, and my hands in my pocket. Once they get wet, then my hoodie gets wet underneath, and I'm done for.
I have something under my house.
Yeah, no, I've got a t-shirt, but I won't.
Oh, yeah. Put your heater sitting on.
Is situational awareness, and that's recently been improved on the Mangusta for both crew. Coming past for the final time then, Lieutenant Colonel David De La Rosa, Captain Mario Constantino, with the AH-129 squadron's pilots are graduates of the 5-year Spanish Naval Academy course, but they graduate with 6 years on a ship, after which they can be chosen to specialise as naval aviators. All the Spanish Navy's pilot training is done by the US Navy, starting out at Naval Air Station Pensacola, Florida, on the Beechcraft T-6 Texan II, and moving on to the T-45 Goshawk at Naval Air Station Meridian in Mississippi. And their time on the Goshawk culminates in their landing on a conventional aircraft carrier.
Aircraft coming around 6G at the apex. I'll let you into a little secret here. Although it looks level from the ground, a lot of the 360-degree flat turns you'll see are slightly climbed, such that if they weren't to climb, the aircraft would be incredibly low at the apex of the turn. So go from 300 to about 500 feet in this maximum. perhaps a bit noisy, but they don't spend that amount of time front and centre, 230 metres from that period of time. That was aircraft now climbing downwind.
this display is the IDS, the strike variant. Equivalent basis to the RAF GR1 and GR4, and that's the package that looks like the Swept back, RB199 engines at full jack. To 4,000 feet to be under control, whereas the Griffin that we will see later with a 3.5 mile rate stopped at about 3,000. Help with keeping the runway clear, the Tornado did not pre-arm its thrust reverse there. That is capability the aircraft has. So as soon as the wake on wheel switch goes, the pre-armed thrust reverse bucket comes forward, and the pilot then selects full dry power. The aircraft stops in a significantly good. That was the IDS version there, flown by Lieutenant Colonel Daniel. Excellent contribution to RAF 2023.
We've still got a couple of hours to go. Some of you may well be thinking that you'll depart the plan. In which case, if you would just, of course, make sure that you have all your belongings, and at any stage during the course of the afternoon, just dispose of all your rubbish. Arrived in a formation we call battle, which looks like a big V, and the aircraft flying the most has folded into atmosphere. The team was formed in 1998 as a partner phase. They were involved to display at the 100th year anniversary celebration of forming the Muslim Kingdom Saudi Arabia. Since the team's creation, the Saudi Arabs have displayed at many official and public ceremonies inside and outside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, representing the Tango bit of the crowd leading the team this year. This second season as the boss is Lieutenant Colonel Tamimi, who flies
Your left is Saudi 6 carrying out final high speed. Final maneuver with bumpers. And here we go. The Chinook pulls up to the vertical to begin the 2023 display. The aircraft conducts a pedal turn before diving back down towards the surface. They're now setting up for their next manoeuvre, the offset wingover. This year's display is captained by Flight Lieutenant Jim Hobkirk. Jim is the Royal Air Force's old father time, having joined the RAF in 1989 before the rest of the display team were even born. Jim has flown the Wessex, the Augusta 109, the Squirrel, the Griffin and the Chinook. He has undertaken operational tours across the globe and is the Chinook Force's highest qualified instructor. He's almost certainly forgotten more about flying than most of us will ever learn. He uses the wing over to reposition for a run-in back along the crowd line in exactly the same way a frontline pilot will use a wing over to recce an area before making a landing. He's running in for the Chinook display team's famous manoeuvre, the roller coaster. Jim will pitch the aircraft up to 50 degrees from the horizontal before pushing forward on the cyclic and pitching the aircraft over. They dive the aircraft back down towards their hard depth of 100 feet for today's display. They'll then push the aircraft to the limit for the second time. And if you listen closely, you'll hear the Chinook's two engines offering up a massive chunk of their 10,000 shaft horsepower to achieve the performance climb. Controlling the aircraft in this procedure is no mean feat. Jim is pushing all 15 tons of Chinook to its operational limits. JJ are running in from the right for the solo nose over. Let's join them in the cockpit now to hear how JJ passes Jim through this manoeuvre.
Ready, enter, now. Press 20, 30, 40, 53. Now. Horizon 20, 40, 55. 500 feet. 43, and down, 400 feet. 390. 300 feet.
Absolutely delightful. They complete the nose over and begin setting the aircraft up for the second of the pedal turns. Jim begins a max performance climb before he reaches the apex of the turn, where he puts in a large pedal input to reverse the aircraft through 180 degrees. They'll now use a flat 270 degree turn to reposition the aircraft for a demonstration of just how surprisingly agile the mighty, huge Chinook helicopter is. They will perform a nose-down quick stop, which enables them to turn the aircraft on a sixpence, and is particularly useful when troops are spotted late in approach, for it enables a rapid transition from ramming speed to the hover, whereby they can achieve a safe landing and provide troops with the support they need. Let's watch them now for the nose-down quick stop. At the completion of the quick stop, the crew are opening the ramp to give our crewmen the best seat at RAF Fairford. This is your chance to show them some appreciation as they wave back with our iconic orange hands. Operating the orange hands today is Sergeant Dave Bussey. He spent the first few years of his career as an air traffic controller at St Athan and RAF Norfolk, while he waited for the opportunity to train in the Chinook Regiment. Provide disaster relief for many islands like Hurricane in 2017. This Chinook is inextricably linked with the Mont Bat With the Gorney corkscrew complete, they're in a 405-degree spiral descent back down towards their hard deck. All of our display activity is conducted around normal duties and operational commitments. Air crews and engineers work tirelessly to deliver their normal output and will return to work on Monday to fly, fix and fight Chinooks and help ensure the UK retains a credible air manoeuvre capability. Jim and his crew are now positioning the aircraft for a run-in and break. This is a great chance for some awesome photos, but more importantly, should enable Jim to bring the blade slap that our display is so famous for, so long as the wind plays forward and doesn't blow all that beautiful noise away. Some would say the break's more enjoyable than watching the red arrows. The crew have used the wing over at the end of this manoeuvre to set themselves up for the next of their procedures. As they do so, it's worth talking about the wider Chinook force, not just the aircrew and engineers who are here at RIAT today to support the display, but every other trade at Odeon, who exist with the singular aim of enabling the Chinook force to deliver air manoeuvre. Their tireless work, which all too often goes unnoticed, really does enable the Chinook force to deliver not just the display, but wherever we are connected in the world. The crew are now running in for a running landing. This is a technique used to stop the aircraft when very heavy or in emergency on one engine. They'll use their two 60-foot rotor brakes as a massive diff to prevent slow the aircraft down. Let's join them in the cockpit now to hear how the co-pilot passes Jim through this manoeuvre.
Morning, sir. 83 over. Please advise.
To demonstrate just how much control Jim has over his aircraft, he will bring it to a stop on two wheels before reversing back up the runway. The Chinook is the only helicopter in the world capable of this impressive feat, and it's an attribute that's helped many a pilot get out of a tight parking spot. To finish our display, the crew will conduct an over-the-shoulder departure. Please give them a big wave and make some noise so that they can hear you over the thunderous sound of the Chinook's roar. With a flash of the landing lights and a bow of the aircraft, the Chinook will depart to complete the 2023 display. It has been an honour to display the Chinook for you today and to bring the blade flap to RIAT. Please come and find us in the RF Experience down in the red zone by the C-17. As he pulls that manoeuvre. That is the same way as a Formula 1 racing car.
is able to perform the max rate turn at 500 knots at 9G. He simply can't lift his arms up to press any of the control panel. He is stuck to the control and the throttles. Pitches up. Slow turn. Slow go. Whilst inverted there, Matt will be pushing -3G to keep the aircraft level, hanging in his straps. At -3G, the blood rushes from his feet to his head. The Typhoon is flown by 4 flight control computers. The control column itself is not physically attached to the control surface of the jet. We know this, or call this, fly-by-wire. The fly-by-wire system on the Typhoon is completely carefree handling, so Matt can move the control column to any position at any speed, and he cannot break the aircraft, which is good news for the pilots. Get ready for those 2 EJ200 like their afterburners before Matt accelerates away from the crowd. Turn as part of its rolling display. On the crowd right. Topside pass from the right. Right back on the sideline. We're now descending to 100 feet for another high-speed pass at 600 knots. This should get your cameras ready and give them a big wave. Another dribble on the old leg jet, which Dave probably weren't very happy about, and then we painted the Union flags all over it to make it look exceptional as it does today.
It does indeed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Great to see you again. Thanks very much.
Leone 01. Today's
rescue consists of rescuers, Warrant Officer Carlos Carocci, Warrant Officer Stefano Mattozzi, the hoist operators, the Warrant Officer Sandro De Angelis, and the Warrant Officer Mario Molesini. The co-pilot, Major Bruno Montefeltro, and the pilot in command, Major Alessandro Salamena. From Royal International and 2. Good afternoon, Fairford. We will enjoy our search and rescue demonstration. Cancellations, 82, search and rescue. Papa Youth is a phrase that was used by our pilots during the Second World War. Today it's a phrase that is used by our crews at a good luck moment before every mission. Now we'll see the helicopter repositioning ready for the release of the rescue. Basically it's a maneuver that is done with the door open whilst the aircraft is in overheat. Door open on the right side of the HH-139. We are now watching a special takeoff, a backup style takeoff, where you can clearly see the helicopter moving backwards. This is a high technical takeoff, which highlights the excellent skill of the crew on board. This type of maneuver is usually used when taking off from areas that present various obstacles. This maneuver can also be used during an engine failure to carry out an emergency landing, nose down to increase the speed. An emergency call has now been started. However, today the flight conditions are very calm. Imagine that this type of search is being done at night, at sea or in the mountains, with bad weather conditions. During nighttime searches, the use of the night vision goggles and infrared cameras helps us. Once the survivor sees the helicopter noise approaching, normal and orange emergency flash will come. This helps both to see where the survivor is and also gives out precise indication about wind direction and intensity, a fundamental element during the rescue operation. The helicopter is now approaching the survivor. Now, let's literally enter the cockpit to listen to the communication between all operators and the pilot to bring the helicopter's presence In this maneuver, the hoist operator becomes the eyes of the pilot. This highlights three fundamental characteristics of the crews of the 15-wing: synergy, fellowship, and strict training. Once the helicopter is hovering in position, the spear is hoisted down by the hoist operator. During this crucial phase of the rescue, the airfield is seen as the safety line between life and death of the survivor. So, ready? As you can see, the rescue now evaluates the physical state of the survivor hoisting out with the stretcher. As you can see, there are now the helicopter door. The hoist operator brings them into safety. I want to remind you that are all real operations. Another positive mission for Leone 01. Helicopter HH-139 is the jewel of the Italian aeronautical industry and is used all over the world due to its reliability and versatility. HH-139 can reach a speed of 160 knots, fly at a maximum altitude of 90,000 feet, and with an autonomy of up to 2 hours of flight. Equipped with twin engine, 1,532 horsepower engines, and it can hold up 2 stretchers and all 14 passengers. The version of the helicopter is equipped with a double winch for use during the recovery operation and has the latest generation infrared camera. On its wing, the Air Force, which this year celebrates 100 years of operation, he always presents itself with generosity and humility at the service of Italy. With the same spirit, since 1965, the year in which the air rescue was established in Italy, the crew on the 15th wing have saved more than 7,700 people from imminent danger. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our job, our passion. We have the privilege of saving human lives. Region 3,500, 4,000 feet and 4 reverse.
For 100 metres there. There are 4 wings now flying the Gripen in Swedish Air Force service. Stationed at the Rendezvous, Luleå, Sortenus, and now at Uppsala. This one comes from F7 wing at Sortenus. And this unit includes the Gripen Operational Conversion Unit, which also provides training to foreign customers as well as to the Swedes themselves. Pulling up into a loop with a roll off the top. During the Cold War, the Swedish armed forces were ready to defend against a possible invasion. This scenario required defensive force dispersal of combat aircraft, thus a key design goal during the Gripen's development was the ability to operate from snow-covered landing strips of just 500 meters. And of course, this aircraft also had to be capable of being maintained in some quite extreme weather conditions as well, so that was another key requirement in the design of this aeroplane, as it was with its predecessors. The C being the single seater, the D the two-seater.
and the aircraft carrying speed under control in about 1,500 to 2,000 feet using those huge carbon fibre brakes without recourse at all from a drogue chute or thrust reverse.
Or even heavy braking.
Yes. A very quick 360-degree turn this time on the runway.
Almost London Black Cab levels of turning 30 grand.
Triumph Herald.
Anyway, great display there of the Swedish Air Force Jas-39C Gripen from Captain Patrick Langer from F7 Wing at Sortenas.
Present to you a beautiful show at Riyadh. That's Emirati 1 has taken over, and followed by Emirati 2 in front of the crowd with the beautiful colors of the flag of the United Arab Emirates. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to There'll be a 360 turn, as you will see, ladies and gentlemen. The 7th ship is about to show you in this beautiful in 2008 under the instructions of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of the United Arab Emirates. A very tight formation. Changing formations is showing the accuracy and the precision of the elite pilots from the United Arab Emirates. They will be changing according to the maneuvers. This is a flat show, so we will be and very close to each other as they come into kite formation. From the left to right, ladies and gentlemen. The roll back maneuver. Their distance between them, they're accurate, and they go according to the leader's vision. And that is, of course, the policy of the United Arab Emirates leadership. We follow the leadership. The trail pass. That's the roll. Inverted roll by with the beautiful colors of the flag of United Arab Emirates. That's your trail pass. Stunning colors. And the smoke is quite enjoyable. Let's enjoy it. From your left, ladies and gentlemen, with the beautiful colors passing by, this is your flag cross. They will roll around the whole team. That's your DNA. Ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Emarat, who you saw as the slot pilot, Mohammed Al-Banhani, and the best performance that we had, the solo pilot, who was Abdullah and I think if you've looked around, there have been showers to the west and to the east, with some severe lightning out to the west as well, probably 7 or 8 miles away throughout the entire day. But this little oasis in the middle of Gloucester here, RAF Fairford, has fared incredibly well.
And of course the policemen as you leave this site this evening. A massive thank you to all for coming out and bearing with that very challenging wind this afternoon. There's some heavy showers. But huge thanks to help you getting home to both the Gloucestershire and the Wiltshire constabularies, as well as of course the Ministry of Defence Police as well. The International Air Security relies hugely on the support of these officers, as well as all the 1,500 or so volunteers and assistants and emergency workers that help this show happen every week. Please. Which is approximately 2 to 300 feet from wingtip to wingtip, into the formation you see before you now, 8 arrows. And the Takano, where he was the Takano display pilot in 2010. The smoke comes on for the 8 arrow present. Left on the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker. Rich is in his first year on the team,
and very experienced aviator. He has controlled operations on both Harrier and Typhoon. And he's also a former qualified flying shipper on the Royal Jordanian Falcons. There are 10 pilots on the team this year. There are Reds 1 to 8 you see performing ahead of me, myself, Red 10 and Red 11, who is off the rear of the formation. It's extremely difficult for them as we take all our formation references from Red 1 and not necessarily the ones from the aircraft closest into you. As the team bend around to the left, get your cameras rolling once again for the smoke coming on for the Eagle Present. From the Apollo space missions and the Eagle from the Eagle landing craft. Roll. On the far right hand side is Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie once again is in his first year on the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot and also a qualified flying instructor on the World Team Line 2. Those familiar to the airshow world will also know Ollie as he used to fly with the North Wales based Strike Master pair. His opposite number on the left hand side is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant. In that radio transmission, you'll have heard the comm from the Red 1, and he's almost robotic and monotone in the way that he gives those instructions. That's because the team fly the formation by ear as well as eye, and that means they're listening to the way that Red 1 gives those commands, so the entire formation moves. As Red 7 starts his roll, followed by Red 8 around the smoke of the rest of the formation. Of course, Red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so the blue and red smoke comes on and he bends the formation around to the right, making it even more difficult for Red 7 and cameras ready for the detonator! As well as a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark 1 again at 208 Southern at RAF Fairford in existence. As he turns hard to your front. As the team complete begins. As Red 1 bring the team around to the left. The red smoke comes on, the synchro pair split for the synchro half. That's made Royal Airport, we mark 100 years since the Royal Airport Memorial was named in London. And the RAF Memorial Fund was established, which later became the RAF Benevolent Fund. And we would like to dedicate today's display and our heart to acknowledge and dedicate to all the RAF family, especially those who support our people, our veterans and our families. As I said earlier, there are 10 pilots on the team. However, the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. Once again, Red 7 now looking through the top of that canopy for Red 6 to ensure that he has the safe wrist distance. Once again, over 400 miles per hour, 4 to 5G as he rolls the aircraft to the right. And in 2020, he celebrated the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III. Get your cameras ready for the evening coronation race. Red 7, smoking blue, it's flight attendant Stu Roberts. Smoking red, it's flight attendant David Simmons. Command has given us Red 2 and 3 roll around the outside of the formation. Clear and go is to come as Red 4 and 5 roll around Red 2 and 3. In one of the hardest manoeuvres our new pilots have to master each year, this is the rollback. Again, get your cameras ready for the Hannah Vortex break. Once again, Red 6 off to the left hand side, Red 7 off to the right hand side, and Red 8. Red smoke comes from Red 1 as he rolls around the rest of the formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky for the infinity break. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Royal Air Force Aerobatic team. It's the Red
Arrow! Plains TV back with us again, live broadcasting the entire flying display. And you can watch that back later on their screen. Who's going to be with me to describe this next display item. Martin, welcome to RIAT 2023. A big weekend here for France.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for that. We're very happy to be here.
Now we've got two aircraft types from Saab that we've never seen here before, haven't we? And they're both on show in the static display.
Yes, that's correct. We will now here with you with me, as well as the roll right. So please look out for that.
We certainly will, and this is the first time the aircraft has been displayed in the flying programme at an air show in the UK. It hasn't made very many appearances outside Scandinavia, has it? I think only the NATO days in the Czech Republic, Ostrava last September.
Our flight is a living memorial to those who served, honouring and promoting the courage and bravery of those that came before us. Display, and this will be continuing throughout the season at any air shows we find possible to do this. Our Lancaster PA474 which is one of only two of these iconic four-engine heavy bombers still airworthy, at nearly 7,400 kilometers. She is a prime memorial to those who served in RAF Fairford and those who tragically lost their lives. The A400M was built at the Vickers Armstrong Rawson factory at Harden in 1945. At the end of the war, it did not see any operational service. The aircraft joined the BBMAC in 1973, making this her 50th year with us. She was officially adopted by the City of Lincoln in 1975, with those hitting a kangaroo in miner's boots, playing the bagpipes. Which was Britain's first operational jet fighter. That didn't take to the air until March 1943. Such was the lead that Germany had obtained. In Brick's first pass, the remarkable shape of the Me-262. Of thrust each. But in April 1944, this incredible pioneering machine was able to enter Luftwaffe service with a unit called Erprobungskommando 262, Test and Service Trials Unit, stationed at Lechfeld in Bavaria. That August, it was renamed famously the Kommando Nowotny, after its commanding officer, and it conducted the first ever missions in history by a jet fighter, scoring several air-to-air kills. Much has been made over the years of Hitler's edict that the Me-262 should be used not as an air-to-air fighter, but as a bomber. And so it was that another Luftwaffe unit, Kampfgeschwader 54, converted to become the first ground attack unit on the site. It proved fairly ineffective in that role, and it really didn't do a great deal for the overall operational effectiveness of the 262. Large-scale fighter missions by these aircraft against Allied bombers started in early 1945. Their speed was far in excess of the piston engine fighter opposition they were coming up with. The top speed of the Me-262 was about 560 miles an hour. Compare that with the P-51 Mustang at 440 miles an hour. a very good description of just what it was like for an Allied fighter pilot to come up against a Me-262 for a flight. No way. Still no way. Insufficient Me-262s to make a material difference to the Luftwaffe's efforts. As the late naval test pilot, Captain Eric Winkle-Brown, pointed out, the 262 was no dogfighter, but it was an effective bomber destroyer. Its radius of turn was never that great, but it could outrun all Allied fighters until the advent of the Gloucester Meteor, and even then there were no jet-to-jet combats during the Second World War. The 262 in any case was faster than the Gloucester jet. A report by the Royal Aircraft Establishment, which evaluated captured 262s after the war, said this was down to the higher profile drag of the Meteor. Production of the Me-262 reached about 1,400 by the end of the war, and more were used under license in Czechoslovakia post-war. None have survived in flying condition. This is part of a replica project undertaken in the United States, which began in the 1990s using an original two-seat Me-262 supplied by the US Navy as a pattern aircraft. The first of them took to the air in December 2002. This is the second of the 5 built. It was delivered to the Messerschmitt Foundation at Manching in Germany in the spring of 2006, and it's the only one of these aircraft to have been operated in Europe. The aircraft staying in the UK for a few days longer. I believe it's going to be spending a short amount of time on display at the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight hangar at RAF Coningsby. Indeed, it undertook an air-to-air photography mission with their Spitfire 5 over the South Sea, the stick of its strategic bomber force, getting out.
Oh, God, Charlie! Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow, this is amazing! Oh my lord! How is it still flying? It's obviously flying. Oh.
Lining up to close the show with its run break, circuit and final landing.
timing, yeah, that's when we see use of a tailfield. B-52, probably staying towards the end of the runway, for turning and backtracking following me with it. That was the gentlest B-52 touchdowns I think I've ever seen.
Fursan Al Emarat is ready to show you the maneuver called bomber. And let's hear it from the leader right from the cockpit. This is your bomber, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen,